Hey, what is happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. Today I want to get into another pair of New Balances. It's actually been a minute since I looked at this silhouette. It's a New Balance 550. These were not on my radar at all. However, my brother-in-law sent me a picture a while back. He actually sent it to me and Silent Z and said, hey, if you find these shoes, can you grab them for me? And I looked all over the place, couldn't find them, and then Silent Z came through with a link for Foot Locker, and that's where we found these light blue and white New Balance 550s. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these New Balance 550s. And real quick, like I alluded to in the intro, the pair that we're looking at today are not mine. There won't be an on-foot portion of this video, but this is a pair of my 550s, and they fit true to size, but this is how the silhouette looks on feet, in case you're wondering. All right, so this is a GR, so we get our standard boring New Balance box, just gray with the New Balance emblem on it. The tag reads 550, and the colors are white and blue. Their tags are never overly descriptive. I've seen these referred to as the UNC New Balance 550s. I've seen them called the Carolina Blue 550s. So whatever you want to call it, it's the white and blue 550. My brother-in-law was actually looking for these because he coaches soccer and wrestling at the high school that my nephews and my daughters go to. I never mentioned it on the channel before, but Mrs. Butter has an identical twin sister. She lives right up the hill, probably a couple hundred yards behind us, and I actually went to elementary school with her husband, who of course is now my brother-in-law. So shout out to Jake the Snake. These shoes are for him. I think he's gonna wear these whenever he's coaching because it matches the high school colors that our kids all go to. And I'll tell you what, if there's one thing I appreciate as much as good shoes, it's the great family I got. So Jake the Snake, thanks for letting me get my hands on your pair to do this review. And have a look at these. I'm really liking this colorway. I'm a huge fan of blue. It's my favorite color. I've always liked UNC colors, and I think this is a really dope pair. The pair of 550s that I have on feet right now has black leather on the toe cap, and I really like that contrast on the shoe. And just like I like that, I really like this natural kind of beige or light gray colored. It's a suede. It feels kind of rough. It's not like super soft or anything, but I just like that little extra contrast. I just think it brings a nice little touch to the shoe, and it really adds something to it. I think we're all starting to get a little bit more familiar with the 550s. It was a couple years ago that they really like busted onto the scene and started getting a lot of hype behind them. But I still have a couple of pairs that I wear semi-regularly. I just think it's a good option. It's a nice thing to switch up from like Dunks or Jordan 1 lows and that sort of thing. And it's got that retro basketball type silhouette. I always like having something a little bit different in the rotation. But looking at this outsole, you can see that it's got the standard 550 tread pattern, and it's kind of got a little bit of like a pivot point or suction cup, similar to other 80s basketball shoes. Here at the midfoot and then at the heel, it's got some little hits of white. It says non-marking sole here at the midfoot, and then it's got some New Balance branding. But then as we come up from that outsole, we can see that it meets a bright white midsole, and there again we see a little bit of New Balance branding, both with the NB and then it spells out New Balance. But the midsole is just plain white, not a whole lot going on with it. As we get to the inside half of the shoe, there we see some foam, and it's just a white color that always reminds me of the Forum 84, where they have the Dillinger webbing on those shoes, but this doesn't have any webbing. It's just some white foam. And then as we come up to the upper of the shoe, like I pointed out before, we have some like tannish gray suede. It's not long hair and it's not really soft or anything, but I really like the look of it. I like the color, and I just like that it's something different on this pretty much all white and blue shoe. For the base of this upper, we have a white synthetic leather, and it's got perforations both on the toe box and then on these side panels. And I always like this little bit of piping that we have behind this panel. I think that gives it a nice border effect. And I also like the 550 numbers that we have right there. I think that's a nice little accent. And then we kind of have this window cut out to reveal this Carolina blue N here on the side. And going back, we do have a little bit of like a heel clip or a heel anchor, and this is more of that Carolina blue color, and it feels like a rubber kind of material, just like a hard rubber, but it looks cool, and it's definitely another reminder of that 80s retro basketball period. Along the heel, we've got more white synthetic leather and some blue New Balance branding. And up around the collar of the shoe, we kind of have like a nylon or a polyester type material. It's the same thing that we have for the sock liner, but it's just a soft material. It feels nice and padded, and that's in a white color. And then we have some synthetic blue leather over top of that. Our tongue is more of that nylon or polyester type material in just a white color. And at the top, we've got a white tag with the blue New Balance 550 branding and that New Balance basketball there. And then on the edges, we have some light blue piping going around to match the rest of the blue on the shoe. They just came with flat white laces in them. It didn't come with any extras, but I think these look good as it is. We have a white sock liner, and we also have a white insole with some light blue New Balance branding down on there. But that was just a quick look at these. I think this is a really nice looking pair of 550s. If I wasn't trying to slim down the collection, this might be a pair that I would grab for myself. But I think my brother-in-law is really going to be happy with these, and he's definitely going to coach those Falcons to a lot of victories in these puppies. But anyhow, let me know what you all think about these, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.